This is your weekly report on corruption in the Philippine government. Senator Jinggoy Estrada and businesswoman Janet Lim Napoles have been acquitted of plunder by the Sandiganbayan 5th Division on Friday, in connection with the infamous pork barrel scam, but the Anti-Graft Court Division convicted Estrada of 1 count of direct bribery, and 2 counts of indirect bribery. This plunder case against Estrada, Napoles, and others stemmed from the transfer of Estrada's Priority Development Assistance Fund or pork barrel to bogus non-government organizations owned by Napoles. Estrada was charged with plunder for allegedly receiving kickbacks worth 55.79 million pesos from Napoles due to the scheme. Over the years, there has been a debate as to whether Estrada could be considered the main plunderer in the case. The senator, however, asserted that the prosecution was not able to prove such allegations and failed to substantiate their case against him, as there are supposedly no pieces of evidence pointing to him as the main plunderer or the pork barrel scam's mastermind. The prosecution accused Estrada of accumulating ill-gotten wealth after he allegedly gained 55.79 million pesos from the shady scheme, aside from being an active participant in the conspiracy to commit plunder. Eventually, the Sandiganbayan 5th Division allowed Estrada and Napoles to file a demurrado evidence or seek outright dismissal of the cases against them, but these were denied on the 20th of June 19, as it was established that he gave approval to the transfer of his PDAF to Napoles NGOs. Estrada is one of 3 senators who were charged for plunder in connection with the pork barrel scam. The 2 others were incumbent Senator Bong Revilla, who was acquitted in the 20th of December 18, and former Senate President and current Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Juan Ponce Enrile, who is out on bail in consideration of his advanced age. A 65-year-old barangay councilman was gunned down early Friday, the 19th of January, by motorcycle-riding gunmen in Calamba City, Laguna Province. The Calamba City Police identified the victim as Mario Castillo Koge Jr. of Barangay Canlabang. Initial reports said Koge was drinking coffee on the balcony of his house when 2 men aboard a motorcycle arrived and, without provocation, repeatedly shot him in different parts of the body. Investigators said the assailants fled after the incident. The bloodied barangay official was rushed to the nearest hospital but was declared dead on arrival. Citing witnesses, police said the motorcycle driver wore a black jacket, denim pants, and a silver helmet, while his back rider had a black crash helmet. An investigation is ongoing to establish the motive behind the killing. 4 immigration lawyers allegedly involved in the issuance of pre-arranged employment visas to fake corporations have been relieved, the Bureau of Immigration announced Thursday. A 9G visa is required for foreign nationals to work in the country. They were relieved from their position in issuing visas while undergoing investigation. Immigration spokesperson Dana Sandoval said in an interview on Super Radio DZBB, should they be found to have direct involvement in the issuance of the visas during the investigation, we will recommend complaints against them before the Department of Justice for appropriate sanctions, she added. Sandoval issued the remark days after Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Ramilo on Tuesday said that the BI legal department helped fake corporations get visas. 4 police officers who were involved in a robbery last year were dismissed from the service. Zamboanga Peninsula Police Director Brigadier General Bowen Joey Masording said the erring police officers were found guilty of grave misconduct and were removed from the police service effective the 12th of January, 2024. He identified them as Lieutenant Ariel Jolatoria, 43, Staff Master Sergeant Al Najaran Owat, 41, Staff Sergeant Edsel Nicholas, 42, and Patrolman Ryan Apostle, 31. The Police Regional Office 9 upholds its commitment to the highest standards of integrity, morality, and uprightness. Any misconduct or criminal behavior by police officers will not be tolerated, and appropriate disciplinary actions, such as dismissal, will be taken to maintain public trust and ensure accountability, Masording said. The 4 were charged with armed robbery, carting away some 2.1 million pesos along with several mobile phones from the house of businessman Al-Gabid Umabong Abdul in Barangay Tetuan last November 14, 2023. The Office of the President has ordered the suspension of Commissioner Aldrin Derilag of the Commission on Higher Education for allegedly committing grave misconduct, abuse of authority and neglect in the performance of duty. In a statement, CHED Chairman Prospero de Vera said Derilag's preventive suspension is for 90 days. CHED has also been instructed by the Office of the President to conduct a fact-finding investigation to determine the existence of a prima facie case to warrant the issuance of the formal charge against Derilag. CHED will look into the matter seriously and fairly. We are committed to President Bongbong Marcos Jr.'s directive and vision that only the best, brightest, and most ethical individuals should lead our government, said De Vera. This preventive suspension is imposed so that Commissioner Derilag cannot use his office and position to influence the investigation, and due process can be observed in the process. 6 members of the Philippine National Police have tested positive for drugs, the PNP reported yesterday. At a press briefing, PNP Chief General Benjamin Acorda Jr. said 5 operatives of the National Capital Region Police Office and 1 from the PNP Region 8 tested positive for drugs. Confirmatory tests were done and the results were positive, Acorda said. Those who tested positive for drugs include a police senior master sergeant, a staff sergeant, 3 patrolmen and a chief master sergeant. Acorda said the PNP would not tolerate any wrongdoing of police personnel, especially those involved in drugs. The proactive approach reflects the PNP's commitment to maintaining a drug-free police force, he said. A male traffic enforcer was killed in an attack by an unintended assailant in Bangued, Abra on Sunday night. Geraldine Peralta was in a tricycle when he was killed in Sitio Cabilditan, Barangay Zone 7 at around 9 p.m. The victim died instantly from multiple gunshot wounds. The Manila International Airport Authority suspended 2 airport policemen who got involved in a confrontation with MMDA personnel after they were caught illegally passing through the EDSA bus carousel lane on Sunday afternoon. MIAA General Manager Eric Inez ordered the immediate suspension of AP2 Raymond Anuran and AP1 Michael Lilas, who were on an official mission. We cannot just tolerate this kind of abuses. It is embarrassing and this must stop, Inez said in a statement. The airport policemen were reportedly caught passing through the northbound lane of the EDSA busway and were accosted by an MMDA traffic enforcer. The driver refused to present his driver's license. When the MMDA enforcer tried to take a video of the driver, the man attempted to grab the phone, leading the scuffle. Inez ordered the 2 relieved from their assignment and instructed retired Brigadier General Manny Gonzalez, the Assistant General Manager for Security and Emergency Services, to personally handle the investigation. The Supreme Court has upheld a resolution of the Office of the Ombudsman to charge only 4 of 21 police officers with homicide for the killing of Luis Bonifacio and his son Gabriel in a drug bust in 2016. In a 22-page ruling dated the 11th of October, 2023 and released on Monday, the SC's 3rd Division dismissed a petition by Bonifacio's widow, Mary Ann Domingo, that sought to indict the 21 Calacan police officers on 2 counts of murder. The SC's 3rd Division affirmed the order of the Office of the Deputy Ombudsman for the military and other law enforcement officers, finding probable cause to charge Master Sergeant Virgilio Cervantes and Corporals Arnold de Guzman, Johnson Alaca and Artemio Saguiris Jr. with 2 counts of homicide. The ruling was written by Associate Justice Henri Jean-Paul Inting, with Associate Justices Alfredo Benjamin Kagawa, Samuel Galen and Japa de Mampeo concurring. Criminal charges for graft, malversation of public funds, and falsification of public documents have been filed before the Sandigan against former Mayor Sinandro M. Jalgalado of Capolonga Town in Camarines Norte. Jalgalado was indicted in the alleged misuse of 2.8 million pesos that was intended for the purchase and distribution of medicines in 2012. In the criminal complaints filed by Graft Investigation and Prosecution Officer 3 Sylvester de Alcazar, Jalgalado was indicted for failing to account and liquidate 2,819,994 pesos worth of medicines. The amount was a portion of the medicines purchased using the 14,500,000 pesos Priority Development Assistance Fund allocated for residents. Despite demands from the Commission on Audit to account for the said funds, the prosecution said that Jalgalado failed to do so. At the same time, Jalgalado was accused of feloniously preparing letter requests and acknowledgement receipts in relation to the distribution of medicines. He reportedly made it appear that the barangay chairman of Barangays Matuk, Capolonga, Macalabo Island, Paracale, Bayabas, Labo, Pina, Labo, Napayod, Labo, Malabago, Labo, Baay, Labo, San Antonio, Labo, Cabatuhan, Labo, Bagang Silang III, Labo, and Old Camp, Capolonga received the medicines even though the barangay leaders and their constituents never participated nor received the medicines. Bail bonds for Jalgalado's temporary liberty have been recommended at 90,000 pesos for graft, 120,000 pesos for malversation, and 24,000 pesos for falsification. Gunmen shot on Tuesday night the staff of a member of the interim Bangsamoro Parliament along a busy street fronting a mall in this city. Colonel Ruben Manalang Jr., City Police Director, identified the fatality as Suleiman Macabangan, 50, of Datu Odin Singsuat, Maguindanao del Sur. He is the staff of Member of Parliament Datu Romeo Sima. Macabangan was on a family-owned Toyota Vios parked at the Governor Gutierrez Avenue waiting for his wife to come out from City Mall when attacked around 6:30 p.m., Manalang said. Citing initial reports, Manalang said two men riding on a motorbike shot Macabangan at close range. Responding police rushed the victim to the Cotabato Regional and Medical Center, but was pronounced dead on arrival. Police found empty shells for a 9mm pistol at the crime scene. Gunmen along a highway shot dead a school principal in Sultan Sabarongis, Maguindanao del Sur on Monday afternoon, the second education official in the same town killed in an ambush in just 2 months. Mamadatu Delandas, principal of Datu Texan Elementary School in Sultan Sabarongis, was riding his motorcycle when he was attacked by armed men positioned at one side of the highway in Barangay Manangkaling in Mamasapano, Maguindanao del Sur while on his way to the center of the municipality. In a report to Bangsamoro Regional Police Director Brigadier General Alan Nablaza on Tuesday, Lieutenant Lou Christian Villones, chief of the Mamasapano Municipal Police, said that Delandas died on the spot from gunshot wounds. His killers managed to escape before responding barangay tanads in Manangkaling had reached the scene. A member of the Armed Forces of the Philippines is under investigation for allegedly physically abusing her house helper. The soldier, with the rank of Master Sergeant, has reportedly been maltreating her housemaid, a 20-year-old woman, who was rescued by her relatives at the suspect's residence along Pasteleros Street in Barangay Campaguinaldo on Monday. The victim recounted to police investigators the last time she was abused by the soldier was last the 15th of January at around noon when the suspect poured boiling water on her right foot. She said the suspect maltreated her on several occasions since she was hired as a housemaid in the 20th of May 20. In all the instances she was physically abused. The victim said the suspect barred her from seeking medical treatment for her injuries. The victim underwent a medical examination in a hospital and then reported her ordeal to the police. The suspect faces charges of physical injuries. 34 police officers who allegedly committed irregularities for unlawfully arresting and detaining 4 Chinese nationals in Parañaque City in September last year are undergoing summary dismissal proceedings, a police official revealed on Tuesday, during the House of Representatives Public Order and Safety Committee hearing on the case. National Capital Region Police Office Chief Major General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. reported that 44 personnel from the Southern Police District, Detective and Special Operations Unit and Parañaque Police were directly linked to the operation. Initially, he said, 35 personnel were recommended for summary dismissal proceedings, while 9 were not charged with administrative cases for lack of probable cause. Of the 35, Nartates said 34 respondents face summary dismissal proceedings. 2 of those facing summary dismissal proceedings are also undergoing administrative disciplinary proceedings, pending the issuance of presidential clearance under the National Police Commission 2016-002, he added. A village watchman in the city of Mikoyan in this province was killed while a resident there was wounded after armed men attacked the village hall on the 20th of January. In a belated report on Monday, the 22nd of January, Colonel Jordan Santiago, Mikoyan police chief, identified the slain watchman as Rodolfo Santiago, 63, of Barangay Bahay, who suffered bullet wounds during the attack. The police said that 2 armed men strafed the village hall at 8:12 p.m., hitting Rodolfo and a bystander. The gun attack could have been carried out by the culprits after their companions were arrested for illegal drug trade in the locality, investigators said. Bulacan Police Director Colonel Relion Nado said members of the Mikoyan police immediately responded and engaged the assailants in a gunfight. After the armed encounter, the 2 culprits were also killed. They were later identified as Andy Bernardo, 40, and Jerome Ballas, 30, both from Calacan City. Policemen recovered 2 .45 caliber firearms and magazines owned by the slain assailants. That's all for this week. I'll see you next week with more stories of corruption and foolishness within the Philippine government.